Peace, peace, peace. What's happening, y'all? Love, light, and blessings. It's your brother Key, and welcome. Oh crap, my fault. And welcome to my workshop. So this video, I just want to talk about structure and where I've kind of been in my journey. I don't even know if to call it a vlog, but I just want to keep bringing information, stuff that I've been learning from what I've been seeing, and just absorbing into my life, my brain, my universe, and constantly just give more content as much as possible. I'm trying to transition, well, not transition, but I'm doing my best to put out stuff on YouTube and also other platforms. But recently I've been really focused on my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health, my emotional intelligence, and just overall myself, my bloodline, my DNA, restructuring my existence to the best optimal self, while being aware of my purpose, and just not even my purpose, my being, because I feel like the word purpose is kind of being played out as much as a couple other words where it's it's just hearing a lot of noise, and words are vibrations and they have meaning. And even though the English language can sometimes have a very weird paradox when you use certain words, because words are when you put them together into sentences and in a certain syntax, the syntax of the words of the sentences can be spells, and just hypnotizing, and also just very confusing if you don't know how to use your voice and your tongue, which is why not what you say, how you say it is so popular, and also using your tongue for good, evil, light, dark, a lot, small. It's very, very intricate when you get into the nitty-gritty of it. But what I want to talk about today is something that bothered me, and as a brother, a heavily melanated brother, you see my hair, you see this flesh. My family is from the Caribbean islands, and they worked really hard, and I watched some of my family, make it, and some of them struggle. And something that bothered me today that I really had to take into my existence, my system, I had to think about for a moment. I was rolling through, because I live in New York, so I was rolling through Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn, New York. And if you're in New York, I was driving through Bedford, but Bedford is basically a long strip, it's a very long avenue that goes through all, basically from one end of Brooklyn to the other end of Brooklyn. It literally can take you from one end to the other, right? So while I was driving from where the how could I say, Hispanics was at, and then I was driving down, and then I saw a bunch of Jews, right? And this part of the neighborhood, I was looking, and I saw something that really made me think. What hand did I get in this life, in this existence, and what's the best way to play my life? What game am I actually playing? Am I playing pennies, dimes, and nickels game, or am I playing the gold, silver, resources game? What game am I actually playing, right? So I watched, like I said, I was driving, and I looked around, and I saw a bunch of Jews. But instead of just looking at them passing through, I decided to study, because I people watch. And I also have been studying other cultures outside of my own to see what do they have that my culture, my family, my people, my community? What are we missing? Right? So I'm driving through and I saw such density. Like density in their existence. Like all the men was wearing the same thing, all black, hats, dressed the same, white shirts, whatever. The women all dressed the same, different, maybe somebody had a gray sweater, a black sweater, whatever, long, very humble dressing or not humble, very demure. Nah, that's not the right word. I want to say very conservative dressing, and children playing whatever crossing the street, right? So, and then I saw this guy like doing something, like putting up a sign. But what I was studying was that he could be doing a construction job or whatever, but in this entire, like for like a 10 block radius, maybe even more, maybe like a mile or two, I saw nobody but Jews. Let me not even say Jews. These Caucasians who call themselves Jews and Hebrews that dress the same, because technically there are black Jews as well. I don't even say black. There are heavily melanated Jews as well. But the point of me saying this, right, just so you guys get a context of what I'm bringing to the table, you need these things in order to have a successful ecosystem. Resources such as food. I saw a supermarket, a hospital. There was a treatment center, maybe, I saw a cancer treatment center and other hospitals. School buses, which they owned, which was in Yiddish writing. With schools, their own church. What else do you need? School, church, hospital, supermarket. And of course, in the area, there's gas stations and other stuff. What else do you need? So I'm looking, I'm just like, and the supermarket was in Yiddish as well. Like all of it, bro. So what's really bothering me, because I was having a very difficult time. I haven't been uploading my videos. I haven't been, talking to people. Like one of my videos again, like 2 views, 3 views, 4 views, 5 views, whatever. But it's like, it's more so I'm like soaking in a lot, and I've been making something of myself, like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, metaphysically. And yes, I'm working on myself, but at the same time, I've been going a little bit of stir crazy. And my brother, my boy, he called me yesterday. He texted me and he called me, and he basically, our conversation was sort of like a defibrillator. And I say a defibrillator because I felt like I've been going bananas. Like I've just been working so hard, but at the same time, I'm like, tired. I need a vacation. I need to breathe. I kind of figured out what's wrong with my community in a way. First off, being together and coming together as a force is our biggest hindrance. Like, it's difficult for us to come together. Anytime we come together, there's an energy that doesn't belong to us, that's in between us. It's not us. Because I've done this with multiple circles of people who look like me. Individuals who are from different neighborhoods, but they all look like me. Different places, but they look like me. And every time I've gotten together, there has been an energy there. That is love, but at the same time, there's an energy that does not belong there, interrupting our frequency. Now, you can call it what you want, but I know that when you break somebody over and over, when you break a person, there's a part of their DNA, there's a part of their intellect that becomes fractured, that can be given to other people who they interact with, who comes out of them, who interacts with them, and who they're around. Because our bodies are frequency, we're energy, our flesh, everything, our structures, molecular structures. And I'm just like, yo, like, if somebody was to traumatize a cell in my body, and every single one of those cells interacted with that traumatized cell and started to eat off of that traumatized cell, how deep would that go into my being? I started getting real deep, y'all. Like I have books, I read books, but at the same time, my brain learns a little bit differently. I said, I just want to watch real quick. Like, I'm into movies and TV and stuff. Like, the reason why my higher self, why my God, which is the same God that connects all of us, the reason why God has given me the type of brain that I have is because I needed to figure things out within myself and around me so that I can be the best that I could be. No matter how, when, where I die, it doesn't matter. Before I die, I have to fix certain things within myself so that when I touch other people, they're able to receive that. And that's what I started learning more and more and more. As a melanated brother, I've been harassed, okay? Grew up in the hood, been a statistic my whole life. Parents was split, grew up in the hood, was going to school, got in trouble, fighting. I've been to jail, not prison. I've been to jail multiple times. I've been robbed by people that look like me, made fun of. Know what I'm saying? Been through all the mental, emotional, physical molestation and all that BS, all the terrible things that can happen to a human being. But yet I feel damn near unbreakable because I figured one thing out. I could make something of it. Like, think about it like this. When you're given waste or compost, where can you put that? Where can you put like fruits and like, I'm talking about normal compost, not plastic and all this other BS. I'm talking about normal compost, right? Where can you put that stuff? You can use it as fertilizer, right? And when you fertilize yourself with all the shit that you've been through, and you decide, oh, I'm gonna make something of this. Oh, I'm gonna get paid in the universe. The universe is gonna pay me, not just in money, but in resources. That's what I decided to do. I decided to cash out in resources. And I said, if I'm gonna have a past that damn near broke me. Broke some of my bones, actually. And I feel the after effects, the aftershocks, and I feel pains, foreign pains that I've never been through. And I'm trying different things. Meat smells different. I don't even like eating meat. Chicken, smells weird. Eating red meat. I don't know the last time I had red meat. But it's like pork, all of that stuff, like fruits that are actually organic, that are inorganic. Like, my cellular beings are speaking because I'm actually doing molecular work. I said, I want to get paid in resources. That's what I've demanded of the world that I live in the universe. The conversation that I'm having with the earth, with the universe around me, with myself. I said, nah, like, my people has to demand more. Okay, how do I get it now? And then when I started to really think of solutions instead of just problems, it's make sure that I'm able to receive what's mine. That's the first thing. If you're not able to receive, if you're not able to receive, meaning you don't got no goddamn space, you ain't getting shit. The universe is going to make sure you ain't get shit. God is going to make sure you ain't get shit. You can do all the you could bust your ass all you want. But if you are not doing the work in the right areas, you're going to fumble it. Cuz I've fumbled thousands of dollars. Probably hundreds of thousands. I'm pretty sure I done fumbled $1 million already. Without a doubt. For sure. Pretty sure. I'm just about sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I done fumbled $1 million. Which made me think, what did that do to me? Like, what did I get from that? Because when you make a mistake, when you fail, I heard Denzel Washington say this: if you're gonna fail big. If I failed, what did I learn from that failure? What did I learn from falling on my face, on my behind? What did I learn? And when I looked at what I learned, emotional intelligence. God is not somebody who takes away when I misbehave. No. God is literally source. That's it. God is literally source. How you use that source with your logic or your emotion, your energy, when you put all those together, because emotion is energy in motion. So when you put your logic with your emotion, you tie those together, you get a force. Depending on how strong the logic or the emotion is, that energy is going to start churning. It's going to start moving, and God is going to respond to that. But in what frequency, what level, what area do you put your energy and your focus into? That's what matters. Then I started thinking about that. What was I putting my energy and my focus into that I'm still in certain places? Because being poor sucks, bro. Being in poverty sucks. It sucks. Y'all watched my mom work a job for over 30 years, and when the pandemic hit, they let her go like nothing. That pissed me off. I'm still mad, bro. My mom working saved me because her insurance that she worked for over 30 years is what paid for my surgeries and my therapy and all that stuff to get me back on my feet, my wheelchair, which I still have, all of that stuff. And I'm just like, yo, they just let her go like nothing. Like she doesn't matter. And to them, they don't. To her, that job was like damn near retirement. And I'm like, yo, and I watched her go get another job. I'm just like, for not even a fraction, I'm just pissed off. And watch my sister work and my dad too. And I'm just like, it's like I'm the only one that's like not in that position, and the source started churning up my logic. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with yourself? What are you doing with your emotion? Where's your focus at? How much discipline do you really have? And how much focus and discipline do you think you have? Because I was like, I don't care about my feelings anymore. What do I need to know? And what have I had been in my feelings about that don't really matter? You start asking yourself these questions, write them down. Write down the answers. Write down the questions, write down the answers. Study other people that's better than you, that's nicer than you. Then go through the phase of solitude. Be separated from your people for a moment. Because that's where I'm at. Because I know that a lot of people that I was around was, how could I say, what is it? They was basically like, numbing my pain, because substances is not the only thing that can numb your pain. Ooh, I'm about to hit somebody. Substances is not the only thing that numbs your pain. Sometimes people numb your pain as well, because you can't face the facts or the truth about who you really are and what you really got going on. So you stay around other people, or there may be one person, maybe two, who knows? Because that's what it was for me. When I started to change who I was, you know what I'm saying? I don't wave my hair like that no more. I'm actually growing my jaw now. I'm on the hair growing journey, which is like the first time I'm ever doing in my adulthood. Like actually like doing it like where I don't care. I'm just letting it do what it do. I haven't drank in mad long. I went to drink today. I went to drink yesterday, the day before. I haven't smoked in mad long. Like consistently. It was times where I'm smoking every day, every other day, every month. Like, changing my life. And then the habits that I had started to separate me from people where it was like, yo, what you doing? Mac, you trying to smoke? You trying to get numb real quick? Trying to get high? Yeah, sure. Let's escape from reality. And I had so much of those. You want to go to the club? Yeah, why not? Yo, you want to go outside and do nothing? Yeah, sure. Yo, you want to get together and do nothing? Yeah, sure. A bunch of that. I grew up dysfunctional. Like I said, I've been through all the trauma, all the pain. Anything that you probably had done to you as a person, or you could think could be done to a person that's wrong, most likely happened to me. I'm not saying everything. I haven't been shot. I haven't been stabbed. Thank God. Well, actually, I actually have been stabbed. I actually definitely got stabbed. Definitely. But I'm alive. And I got cut open too for surgery. So I've had knives pierce my flesh. I have scars to prove it. But I haven't gotten shot. I don't play with guns. So that's not really my thing. I like knives, which is probably why I have scars from knives. But all of that to say, when I traced, to pull everything back together, because I went off on a tangent, when I started to really look at down to the molecular structure, like what was my issue? What is the issue with my people? What is the issue with my community? What is the issue with the collective? And then I started to look outside of it a little bit. Like what are the things that are stopping us from becoming better? It's basically systems that we have to create ourselves. Straight up. Prime example, and I'm going to close on this. There is this workout exercise that I've been trying to do consistently for a minute. And it's a 28-day exercise package. And it's from beginner to, somewhat of a, I guess, not expert level, but it gets you up there, right? And some of these exercises hurt me. I have screws in my back, screws in my leg, screws in my arm. I've fractured multiple bones that are necessary for the human body to function, right? My femur and my pelvis both was fractured. I had a major open book pelvis fracture and my femur right in my hip, along with a couple other injuries. I've been through hell physically. And when I try to do this workout, I'm like, dag, like, yo. So then I'm like, yo, I really just have to play the cards that I'm dealt, instead of trying to shuffle every time. Let me just play the hand that I'm dealt and win the game. Because I'm going to win. Because I got a damn good hand. I may have one or two cards that are trash or that are not good. But I can make it. So can you. So you got to think about it. How can you play your hand the best? And what game do you need to play in order to win? Because your hand may be better in a different game than the game that you're playing. Heck, you may be ridiculously great and killing it in a game that is opposite or probably on a different spectrum than what you're playing right now. Yo, it gets deep when you start to really think about what you can do, what you know you can do when you put your mind to it. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. And shit, my bones is clicking, shit be hurting. I just moved my neck a little hard, like trying to get off milk, sugar, inorganic food, processed foods, meat, like all of that stuff. It's a challenge, you know. Even though I do like fish, my body responds to fish and turkey, but I just don't. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm getting the best that I can. Because all I had today was, well, actually, I had a bag of chips. Shame on me. I had like my main meal though for the day, because I just had that bag of chips. My main meal for the day was acai, like the pudding, like the fruit pudding with blueberries, bananas, strawberries, granola, and I'm up. I ain't have nothing else. I put the fuel in my body that my body needed. And it's funny because I gassed up both my mom and my sister car today. Shit's hilarious. So just think about that, y'all. Like, for real. So I just had to cut straight to the point, you know what I'm saying? Like, skip the foreplay and all that good stuff, because yeah, we outside with it, you know. And you got to think, like, one day somebody's going to one day somebody is going to dig a hole and put you in it. Or maybe if you want a mausoleum or something like that, if you think and know that you are somebody of importance, then hey, you know what I'm saying, go for it. But one day you gotta lay down and not get up. So what are you really capable of doing? And not everybody has to be a low-level person, and not everybody has to be a millionaire. If you get called to be somebody who is, I don't even want to say low level. Well, yeah, low level, because I've done low level work. I've done straight garbage picking. Know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like picking up pennies and dimes and nickels and eating off of that. And I've done, you know, the necessary low work, like maintenance, custodian work. And I've also sat and stood in front of classrooms, high level stuff, and taught people when I didn't even think I deserve it, or I didn't even have on paper that I had the qualifications to do that kind of work, and I was knocking it out the park because I was called to do that. So it's like, think about it, like, what would you like to do? You can settle, or you can do what's easy. But if you actually challenged yourself and you actually worked smarter, because you still got to work hard, but you worked smarter and you started moving the chess pieces around, like, and you was destined to win the chess game, like, how would you win? Because you can win, but how are you going to win? think about it like that. So it's your brother Key, man. Always come with that live indirect love. Swag diddles. Always coming with that. So I'm just saying, challenge yourself a little bit, then challenge yourself a lot, then challenge yourself a little bit, challenge yourself a lot, take a vacation, challenge yourself a lot, take a vacation, take a vacation, take a vacation. Work. Love your family, love your friends, love the people around you, care for them. You know what I'm saying? And just do your best. Just do your best. You know what I'm saying? Because your best isn't somebody else's best, and somebody else's best ain't yours. So do your best. Find your lane. And heck, if God puts you on a highway, or your life puts you on a highway, your experience puts you on a highway to where you got multiple lanes, just know when to switch and how to switch and how to move around. Accelerate and go above the speed limit sometimes. And heck, sometimes speed limit maybe 45, you might be crawling at 15 because there's so much goddamn traffic. Who knows? Sometimes there may be a standstill, and you may just have to sit there like, I can't go nowhere. I gotta just mac and do nothing. Sometimes you have to do nothing, and then sometimes you gotta step up and do damn near everything. This is life. Enjoy it, experience it, and try to not let everything pass you by. And if you really feel in your heart and in your soul and your body that you should be doing more, go for it. All right? It's your brother Key. I love you. Stay blessed and less stressed. Peace.